companies are burning cash like
and again that kind of goes back to the whole junior developer situation we were talking about, because I said companies, so this what I'm saying. So like now, how as a youth person, like if companies are now asking for these experience, developers, like how a junior developer now, how am I gonna get this experience now? So it's like I tell you, man, the market is really messed up. Because like I said, they're saying one thing, but then there's a whole other meaning to it. Like, bro, it makes no sense. And again, so if I'm going to be very honest too, like, nobody isn't entitled to teach you something, especially a company. A company isn't entitled to teach you something. But you also still just react to like one more video, because I said my time is a bit limited here. And let's go to is it the end of software engineering?
All right, I'm seeing the
and let's go into this here real quick. Is it the end of software engineering? I don't think so. I think, to me, I think right now, because of AI, which I'm sure that's probably what this video is. Yeah, but I'm just guessing myself. I don't watch this video here before, so I did this like my raw, natural, reaction to this video. I wouldn't say software development, is commented, and I would say it's just advancing right now because of AI. And like I would say AI, is helping a lot of developers move quickly, especially if you know what to do. If you don't know what to do, I mean, you also will move slower, because you don't have the knowledge to know exactly what is what, right? So I would say that AI is just now coming into the people are just now starting to get a bit comfortable with this, and just still trying to obviously understand it. But maybe 2-3 years, everybody, 4 or 5 years, everybody like be normal and chilling with it. But for now, how it is, everybody will kind of be a bit confused and don't know what the hell this application could do, because I'm telling you, AI, bro, and that solves a lot of problems. But it also creates a lot of problems too. Can't lie about that. But it's I was a software engineer. It's content, it is advancing how software developers work now.
All right, I'm seeing the panic everywhere. Devs losing jobs, AI taking over.
Yeah, but you see, I did
acting like the world is ending. Let me just be straight up to save everyone's time and your blood pressure. Is software engineering dying? No. Is it getting harder? Yeah. Here's the story. Everyone's obsessed with AI right now. Every conference, every podcast, every LinkedIn post is about how AI is the future and developers are obsolete. But most of these people have zero skin in the game. They're not building anything.
That is true too. Like, bro, again, AI isn't gonna take over, right? Unless during time AI is taking over, is if it can start building its own self. You know what I mean? Like, if your AI can start building its own self, then we are cool. You know what I mean? Like, I'm going to go live in Antarctica or something else. We are cool. But anything other than that, like, you like, as I was, basically explaining a bit earlier here, like, I am using AI to help me understand how to build AI, right? Because, you have to, you can't just build something and not understand. Like, that makes it completely zero, like, there's no common sense now. How can you build an application? I mean, when you go to try selling out a company, they have to use the questions, well, I don't know, where is the database connected to? Is there any role-based assignment to it? Like, if they start asking these questions, you just sound a bit like, you need to understand, you need to know what you're building. You can't just go out and just build something that you just tell ChatGPT, hey, just build me this application or whatever. Like, you need to know what you're building. Like, you can't just build random stuff.
They're just watching TikTok compilations of ChatGPT doing basic stuff and assuming AI will steal their girl. The reality, demand for developers is still insane. Companies still need people who can think. The problem is they don't know what they need anymore. They're chasing every new trend instead of building stable products. One week it's microservices, next week it's serverless, then it's edge computing. Nobody actually knows what they're doing. They just know it needs to sound cool and involve AI somehow. And that's where it gets interesting. The developers who are struggling right now are the ones who were coasting. They memorized React patterns, copy-pasted Stack Overflow, and never actually learned how to code. Now that the bar got raised, they're panicking. But the developers who actually understand systems, who can read terrible code and figure out what's broken, who can reason about architecture, those people are fine. They're more valuable than ever.
But you see, the thing about it too as well, I would still say AI can still, do debugging and still, understand code, of course, but the thing about it is that it's still, remember, AI is like a student, right? You have to teach it, to do things, right? Because sometimes it may not have the required knowledge in order to do something. So you have to teach it in a way how you want it to respond, or what information you would like it to have. And also it respond based on the information that you give it, right? Like, you can't, give it information on food, but you want it to, like, build build like build like a booking service for you, something like that. Like it wouldn't build it because it doesn't have the required knowledge in order to build those systems, right? So it's like those people who are struggling to get themselves out there because of AI. Like those are those people that didn't really study. Like I said, like as a literally mentioned, I'm literally using AI right now to help me understand coding, because I said like I went to school. Well, so I'm still going in school, but for the past 2 years with school, right? Like I would say that I'm surprised that there was nothing really taught with AI. You know what I mean? So it's like I had to literally go back now to the whole beginning and adjust my my learning schedule to AI, because like what they were teaching us, they just like basic stuff that like it doesn't really apply to real world. So it's like you have to put yourself in that shoes in that direction, where you can understand what your code is doing. You can understand what is cybersecurity, understand what is JavaScript and all these different frameworks and softwares.
Cut the hype. As the industry explodes globally, competition is getting close. You've got developers in markets where cost of living is a fifth of yours, willing to work for pennies. But here's the catch. They don't know your code base. They don't have the context. They don't have the experience to make the judgment calls that separate a working system from a disaster. That's why the best developers are still in demand. Experience matters. Problem solving matters. Understanding why something works, not just how to make it work, matters. Now, AI companies are burning cash like
and again that kind of goes back to like the whole junior developer situation what we're talking about, because I said companies, so this what I'm saying. So like now, how as a youth person, like if companies are now asking for these experience, developers, like how a junior developer now, how am I gonna get this experience now? So it's like I tell you, man, the market is really messed up, because like I said, they're saying one thing, but then there's a whole other meaning to it. Like, bro, it makes no sense. And again, so if I'm going to be very honest too, like nobody isn't entitled to teach you something, especially a company. A company isn't entitled to teach you something, but you obviously you should have the basic knowledge to know certain things and then understand what is a company's goal. That's probably the best thing you can do. You know what I mean? So to be fair, yes, I can understand that some people may not want to teach you certain things. Alright, that's cool, that's fine. But like at the same time, you still need to understand what is the company's goals and what is the the achievement or what is the goal that they are trying to achieve as well. No?
They're operating at losses that would kill any normal business, but instead of fixing their models, they just keep raising prices and hoping nobody notices. Developers paying for AI tools are already figuring out it's not worth it. The tools are expensive, half the features don't work, and they still need a human to fix the output. So what happens? The tools get cheaper or they disappear. And when that happens, the real work still needs to get done by people, real developers. The industry will stabilize. It always does. What won't change is that companies will always need people who can build, maintain, and scale systems. The weak developers will get pushed out. The mediocre ones will have to actually get better. And the good ones, they'll be fine. They'll adapt. They'll keep learning. They'll stay relevant. So is software engineering dying? No. Is it getting harder? Yeah. But if you were actually good at this job, harder just means you're finally being paid what you're worth. Now, let's get to the sponsor of this.
So basically what you're trying to say, for those junior developers, those people that are still not yet good at coding, hey man, you just gotta get better, man. You know what I mean? And you just gotta keep keep grinding, keep making sure you're understanding what you're building, and make sure you're just the best at it, man. That's literally the only way how you're gonna survive in this game. You're literally, if you want to become a developer, you're literally just gonna have to put in work and literally just understand all the concepts and just get better at it, man. Just get better at it. And that may sound scary too, but it's like you just have to learn things, man. Like that's really, you're just learning day by day, and then making sure you're not wasting your time. Like you stick to a consistent time schedule, and you just making sure you spend 1 hour a day and you just learn the code and keep getting better. So that's really much you can really do from there. But let's switch out here.